Welcome. This is Kyle Stevens and Todd Horton coming to you from Touched by Grace Ministries. We just want to have a small conversation with you about the interview you just saw. And it was very intense to me, the persecutions that these people are going through. And, you know, as an American, it's very hard for me to wrap my head around what they've had to go through, because Americans have never had to deal with such a thing. And the complete upheaval of their whole life. They've left everything they've ever known behind and fled to another country. You know, and this takes me back so quickly to the Holocaust and what the Germans and Hitler was doing to that people, the Jews, and this looks so similar.
Yes.
Do you have what are your thoughts in that realm, Todd?
Well, as much as I've studied the Holocaust, history keeps repeating itself, and I've been screaming from the rooftops, why is this happening in Iraq and Syria, and why aren't we doing war? And we're a global community now. We have things we didn't have in World War II. It's like we have all these organizations that are there to help people, to assist people, and it's just crumbling through corruption. When we talk about the corruption inside these countries that keeps them stable, well, look at the corruption we have even in the very organizations that are supposed to help them. And many of them are birthed out of our own nation or a conglomerate of Europe. It's like, oh, like the League of Nations failing again. The United Nations has failed again. So it's left up to who to help them. Who's going to help these? Well, in this case, we're interviewing Christians, but who's going to help these people?
Right. You know, when you think about all the programs that have been set up to help people through these situations, but it always seems to me that this money just never makes it to the guy who actually needs the money. And you have all this bureaucracy. You have the United States sends an unknown amount of money to me. It's unknown to me how much the United States sends out in financial aid around the world. But my question is always, who actually gets that money? I feel like a lot of times it's the people in the government that trickles down, and it just never makes it there.
Yeah, and we are screaming about discrimination all the time. Oh, we can't discriminate. We need to be tolerant. We need to love everybody. And yet at the very core, there's discrimination going on, and the people who truly need it cannot get even just the basics of life that Americans can get by going to Social Security office and signing up when they're out of a job. We can't even get the basics. That's frustrating for me, and it busts my heart up when I hear these accounts, and I'm like, well, it's back to the Christians again. It's back to us as believers or others who want to join ranks to make that impact in the lives of these people.
You know, in the Bible it tells us as a church body to support people like this, the poor, the widows, people who have been essentially displaced. And there is a pastor there that led us to this family that he, as a church, this church is helping to support them and take care of them.
I think that's fantastic, because we know someone on the ground, and information has been brought to me in 2 other countries that are doing the same thing, but these people are never being brought to the limelight. No one on CNN is interviewing these people. No one is interviewing them, say, through the churches. And we need to make sure that people clearly get an understanding of, pastors are taking care of families, 5, 10, 20, and their efforts are just wearing them out. And as a body of believers, we've got to come alongside of these pastors and hold up their arms like Moses.
Yeah. You know, not everybody can go out around the world.
Exactly.
Not everybody's called to go out around the world.
Right.
Some people are called to be at home at a church.
Right.
But, you know, America is the wealthiest nation in the world, especially right now. And there's plenty of people that can be the hands and feet of Jesus to someone like this, to a brother and sister, these people are in your family with Christ. And we need to be helping to take care of them. You know, the pastor that is helping them, he can't help everyone.
Correct.
Unfortunately.
Yes. And the more we, like you and I and others who have a call to go out, we can be that mediator for you to help make sure it gets to the right person to bypass the bureaucracy that's not doing its job. And if you know people that are interested, I mean, I had someone come to me who was a billionaire and wanted a plan of how to assist the Syrians and how to assist the Iraqis. But his idea was just, do something humanitarian in the country. And when the country's falling apart and the wells go away and the food gets stolen, that's not really going to help because they're fleeing that country.
Right.
So we need people who will listen to us when we tell them a more excellent way is to do it like this, because they just are disconnected from the realities of no civil law.
Yeah.
No police there to help them. No, all corruption at its finest, and it's just not like.
I mean, imagine living in the United States with no police. Wow, how quickly we can dial 911 and have a dispatcher send a police officer to us, usually within 2 minutes. 2 or 3 minutes, we can have a police officer there to help us in any peril. And these are people who are being thrown out of their country by the police as well,
And it's direct attacks on Christians from what we watched in this documentary.
Yeah.
These are believers in Jesus Christ, and they just want them dead. And Islam wants them dead. I'm sorry, people want to say it's peaceable. I can't find anything peaceable about that part of the interview when he's saying, hey, these were my good friends, and they were Sunni Muslims or Shia Muslims, and we were all doctors together, and we were eating each other's home. And then the minute the most powerful guy comes in and says, rally and say Allah Akbar, they go to that cause to go after their neighbor that they've been with for whatever, 5, 10, 15 years as a Christian, to kill him.
Yeah.
Make their life miserable.
I wanted to go back for 1 second to, Jesus, when he lived on this earth, he did humanitarian things for people. He touched them at their core of humanity, but he didn't just leave them at that. He also ministered to their spiritual needs as well.
Correct.
And that's also one of the things that we do here as well. We got to pray with this family, and we got to pray for their healing physically and emotionally and all the trauma they've been through. And we also got to pray for them in their next journey, that the Lord would help them guide their steps and where they're going and lead them to that place, this new homeland.
Yeah, and his mother, when she was prayed for, immediately she experienced that healing that you were praying. And she says every time that someone comes to pray with her, it encourages her, and she feels continual healing come across her.
Yeah, and that leads me to the fact of, just imagine you've been displaced from your home so much, and the people that you stay with around aren't really Christians either, and you don't have a core of believers to encourage you, to help, that you can come together, encourage each other.
Yeah, and I think the West takes this for granted. America, Canada, even South America to some degree, they have many churches that have people in them and millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they have a core of people that are always there. Yeah, they may not be always what they want, but it's there, that core. And they have the resources, the books and the Bibles in English, and everything they need is at their fingertips, and it can be dropped off by Amazon next day. So yeah, when you lose your core, and I think I heard him in the documentary say, we had this core that was together, but the minute the shelling started happening, when the Kurds were fighting off the other governmental body, that just shattered them, and they all went into fear mode and scattered.
Yeah, and I don't know what that's like, and to be honest with you, I really don't want to know what it's like, but I have to, my heart goes out to these people, my fellow brothers and sisters that have had this issue.
Yes.
Well,
we know that in Revelation chapter 6, verse 10, it says that, basically the persecution of the saints, this isn't going to go on forever, that God one day is going to avenge all of these items that have come against all kinds of people groups over time. And history keeps repeating itself, but even though it repeats itself, we have a responsibility as believers to be part of the solution.
Yes.
And I think that's what we're saying is, we want you to be a part of the solution. The only way you can be part of the solution is to give you the information that the rest of the people aren't getting through CNN or ABC or NBC or CBS.
You're not going to get any of this through that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you for joining us and listening to what our thoughts of when we finished interviewing this man. And we really appreciate you and love you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Well, if you want to know how you can help to help the people in Iraq that have been displaced and been shuffled around. When I came here, I did not know that God would be taking me to this type of thing so quickly, especially. But when I came to Jordan, this is what I found. This is where God led me to. And there are many other people that are in the same situation, I find. And we've already been contacted by other people. Hey, will you come and help us? Will you come and support us? Will you come and pray with us? So I need your help to help these people. It's a total humanitarian effort that for people that can't even work, they're not even allowed to work in the country that they're sitting in. And just imagine if you were not allowed to work where you're at. How would you take care of yourself? How would you take care of your children or your family? Some of these people have been displaced with their parents as well. So they're caring for their parents, and there's no real way for them to support them. So I need you to help me help them. I need you to send money to me to help them go. And you can donate at PayPal, at Venmo, or at Zelle. The money gets to me, and I will take it directly to these people that need it. There's people in Lebanon as well. There's people in, and there is another country very close as well. I don't remember off the top of my head, but these are the people that need your help. I'm bypassing all of the bureaucracy, the money that's supposed to be going to these people that never really makes it to them. It just goes to these people that run them, and that never trickles down. I'm bypassing all of that. I'm putting it in the hands of the ministers that are on the ground with them, and I'm also putting it into the hands of the people so that they can have food, they can have a place to sleep, and lay their head at night in peace. Please help me. Go to PayPal, go to Venmo, or go to Zelle. Thank you very much.